lesson on the fundamentals of investigation and intelligence. So we are now on the sketch of the crime scene. So not all crime produces a crime scene, in the sense that traces of its commission are usually found. Crimes like forgery and embezzlement do not usually produce a crime scene, wherein the investigator can focus his attention. But when a crime scene has developed on account of the commission of the crime, the investigator must have a thorough search of it to find a traces of its commission. So traces may be left in the form of clothing, shoe impression, fingerprints, blood stains, overthrown furniture, disturbed articles, and many others. So, what are the preliminary steps to be taken upon arrival at the crime scene? So, first, we should identify and, if possible, retain the person for questioning the one who first notified the police. Second, we should determine the perpetrator by direct inquiry on observation if his identity is immediately apparent. And next, we should detain all persons present at the crime scene. And we should also summon assistance if it is necessary. Safeguard the area by issuing appropriate orders to isolate the scene. Subsequently, permit only authorized persons to enter the area. Separate the witnesses to obtain independent statements. And do not touch or move any object. So as a golden rule in crime scene investigation, we should not touch or move any object to avoid contamination and alteration of the evidence. Then definitely assign the duties of the search if assistants are present. So, one investigator may be assigned to handle a case when it is a minor one. When a case is relatively important, and to ensure thoroughness of the investigator, we need several investigators. So we need to assign them to handle the case. So if there are several investigators assigned to form a team, the following arrangement and assignments is recommended. So we have the officer in charge, the assistant officer in charge, the photographer, the sketcher, the master note taker, the evidence man, the measurer, the technician, and the utility man. So what are their duties and responsibilities? So the officer in charge is the one who directs search, assigns duties, and assume the responsibility for the effectiveness of the search. So he is sometimes called the team leader. We also have the assistant officer in charge. So he must implement the order of the officer in charge. The photographer, he is the one who photographed the crime scene and individual pieces of evidences. The sketcher, he makes the rough and finished sketch. The master note taker, he is the one who writes down in shorthand the observation and description during the search. And the evidence man, he is in charge in collecting, preservation, and tags articles of evidences. The measurer, he makes the overall measurement of the scene. And the technician, they may be the fingerprint man, the ballistician, the chemist, the medical legal officer, or any technical man whose knowledge may be applied during the search of the crime scene. And the last one, the utility man, he is responsible for maintaining the crime isolated from the public, communicating with the office, transportation, and such other duties that may be assigned to him by the officer in charge. So before the actual search is done, so bago po tayo magsimula ng actual search, the investigator must stand aside and make an estimate of the situation. So a certain area where there are no possible traces of the crime may be made as the headquarters. So having formed the estimate, the investigator can now determine the number, kind, and views of the photographs he wishes to be taken. So a plan for the search should be formed which will cover all the ground. Every step of the investigator must be undertaken with the thought of ultimate presentation in court. So notes and measurements must supplement the sketches and the photographs. So if the area to be searched is limited, indoor, with few contents or other situation which will preclude a systematic search, there is no standard procedure of search is recommended. So any method of choice will do, provided that alertness, knowledge, and experience of the participating investigator are present. So if the area to be searched is quite extensive, a more systematic scheme of approach is recommended. So here, we will use the different method of searching a crime scene. So we have four: the strip method, the spiral method, the zone method, and the well method. So the strip method, the searchers A, B, C, they proceed slowly at the same place along the path parallel to one side of the rectangle. So at the end of the rectangle, the searcher turn and proceed back along new lanes but parallel to the first movement. Next one is the spiral method. So the searchers follow each other in the path of a spiral beginning on the outside and spiraling towards the center. The zone method, the area to be searched is divided into quadrants and each searcher is assigned in each quadrant. And the last, the well method, if the area to be searched is approximately circular or oval, if the crime scene is circular or oval, the well method may be used. But today, it is already rarely used as a method of crime scene search. So the searchers gather at the center and proceed outward along radii or spokes. The principal drawback of this method is that the distance between searcher increases as they depart from the center. So here are the methods of crime scene search. So first we have the strip method. So the searchers follows each other parallel. We have also the spiral. So the spiral method, so what is the difference between the spiral method and the well method? So the spiral method, usually the searchers begin at the outside, spiraling towards the center. And here is the zone method. So it is divided into four, and each quadrant must have searcher to gather evidences. And the last one is the well method. So the well method, the searchers usually begin at the center, or they begin at the center and move outward. So why does the well method rarely used? So because the number of people searching at the beginning can cause evidence to be ruined. And so the mechanics and methods of search of the crime scene. So however, a searcher must primarily concentrate on the following types of evidences. So number one, those which establish the element of proof that the crimes was committed. Number two, those which may serve to trace the criminal. So we should find those tracing evidences. those which will show the modus operandi or the modes of operation of the criminal in the commission of their crime, and those which will establish the corpus delicti of the crime or the body of the crime.